All right, let's go ahead and do some basic mixing. Again, this is a course for people who have never used Studio One before, but would like to start using it and recording their own music. Experienced musicians and recording engineers may not find anything useful in this series. To recap what we've been doing, we have went over how to record your song, get everything all nice and mixed up, made a template, and now we are on to a simple, very basic mastering so that you can get your song up to a listening volume that you are happy with and can show others. And that's the job of this, because right now we are only using Studio One stock plugins for Studio One Artist. So let's go ahead and dive in here. First off, we're going to listen to the track again. Okay, that's the track that we have been building and working upon. Mine is very small. Yours might be rather large. It's all up to taste. This is just a teaching template of sorts. I'm having a good time showing everybody how to do this kind of stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our mix console. And that's going to pull up all of our tracks again. And today we are very interested in getting a nice volume without clipping over here on the main. We're working on the main the whole time. And then we're going to export our song. And that will be it for the basics. And we will start moving into some more intricate things the week after. So we are going to go ahead and first bring in a Pro EQ. That's what that is here. And just to get you going, we're going to click LLC Master. Okay, and you can listen to your track as you go. For me, however, I think I actually have to turn mine down a little because it's going to get rather loud after we start adding limiters and stuff. So I've cut the volume of mine to about half. And the track is going to be running as I discuss this, but you're going to notice a very distinct difference in volume after we are done. We are not doing a whole lot. So we're just going to start playing through, and I'll explain as I go what I am doing. First thing I'm looking for is to make sure I am not clipping right now, which I am not. We have our Pro Q on. So we're going to hit the plus on the main insert. And we're going to find the compressor that comes with Studio One. We're going to go over to defaults, find miscellaneous, and you're going to find master bus. And you're going to have that on. And it is starting to sound a bit tighter. We're still not clipping. That's a good thing. And then we're going to go ahead and back in here and find the stock limiter. And if you notice, it already made a bit of a difference. Now this is where you're going to get your loudness of your volume. So for right now, we have it on. The default is -3 threshold, 0 ceiling, and 0 gain. What I typically do is turn this threshold to 0. because we're going to be raising the gain a lot. So it's going to be everything negative, or everything 0, and then the gain at 0 currently. Then we are going to click on the keep editor pin, and on our post we're going to hit the plus, and we're going to find a level meter. Now this is not required, but it's a good practice to get into. And if you see on the corners here, you can shrink it down and expand it. This is typically how I look at my limit meter. And I'm going to leave that right there and also click the pin because we're trying to find a volume. So on the level meter, you have several different options when it comes to the Studio One. I use the K14 for mastering. And my goal for the mastering is to get somewhere in between 4 and 8 in volume. So our highest peak's closer to 8. Our main voice or main sound coming out at around 4. So this is where we're going to start going to the the limiter and turning up the gain nice and slow. And you will start to see on the bottom of the level meter that it is increasing. I would have wished you well, but there we go. I would have wished you well. Okay, so we're starting to get some volume out of it now. I would have wished you well, but I don't think you believe me. Okay. I would have wished. So now that you have your volume at a listenable pace, we're gonna go ahead and start. That's the extent of the mastering that I'm going to show you in this, because I mean there's no sense in showing anything else until you figure out how to get this out of your computer. So that's how we're gonna master our track today, which didn't take long. That's okay. Doesn't have to take long. And we're gonna go ahead and X out of the console. And now we're going to need some markers. So if you click this weird looking, it's technically 4 bars. It's called Global Track Visibility. We're going to click that and we're going to go into markers. And we're going to take one of the markers and put it at the very start of our song. We're going to take the other marker and put it at the very end of our song. And that's going to tell the computer where you want to start and finish your song when you're exporting. And once you've got your master all set, which we do, we can go up here into Song. And we're going to click Export Mix Down. Now, you can go ahead and name your file anything you'd like to name it. So for mine, it'll be YouTube Learning Song. Also, another good practice to put in is the date of the song that you're mixing down so you don't get confused. And we're going to make sure it's clicked on Wave 1644.1 on this bottom format here. Export range is going to be in between the start and end marker that you have selected up top. It's going to tell you how long your song is from that point. You can adjust loudness from here. My personal opinion on this, I am not a huge fan of it. It seems like it's even if you're right on the money, it just sounds quieter for some reason than doing it yourself. So I would just personally, if anything is clicked here, I would just remove the click. And then down in the options, sometimes your options are clicked and checked differently. So you're going to want to make sure the output is set to main, because that's where your song is your main bus. You want it to be stereo, left and right. Your speaker format, I have mine set to original. Haven't had any issues with that. And something I like to have on is real-time processing. And the reason I would like to have a real-time processing is if you don't have it on, it's going to speed up the amount of time, or reduce the amount of time that it takes for your song to get mixed down. But on occasion, not always, there sometimes is artifacts in the track afterwards. So I have found that using the real-time processing, it doesn't really do that, and I don't have much of an effect after I'm done exporting. Write tempo to audio file. You can if you choose to. I choose not to. Import tracks. That's if you want to import the tracks back into Studio One. We are not doing that today. And then close after export, which I do have checked because I'm all done with it after it's done. So we're going to hit OK.
I would have wished you well, but I don't think you believe me.
Okay, and then there is your song. 9 times out of 10, your song, and I'm sure this is going to come up. It is in the Documents folder, almost always. It's in the Documents folder, Studio One, Songs, and your songs will be here. And then you can take that file and move it to anywhere you'd like to. And that's it. That's a basic run-of-the-mill standard mix with the plugins that you get with Studio One. I appreciate everybody sticking around for this long, and hopefully next week you'll join me again when we start doing some more intricate things to this track and trying to get it to sound as tight as possible. So I'll see you then.